Hello and welcome back, Pisces, for your zodiac wheel reading for November 2018. I will shuffle the cards, Pisces, to see what messages we have here for you for November 2018 for Pisces. Okay, first house for Pisces, 10 of Wands. First house is all about how you present yourself to the world. It can be also called an ego house. It is sort of got that ego energy. And how you present yourself to people, how people perceive you. I'm being shown here that you're being perceived as quite a hard worker and putting in a lot of energy and effort into your chosen avenues, and you do it. You don't do it begrudgingly. You do enjoy helping and being of assistance to people. Second house is showing here through November that you are up for an adventure and a bit of new experiences. Now, second house represents how you earn your income, and it also represents your values, and it governs those areas of your life. Now, with the Fool there, it's, if you notice on the card of the Fool, there's a little dog at the foot of the Fool, just trying to warn him that there's a cliff edge there, don't fall down it. So you know, don't let your sense of adventure and excitement put blinkers on you. You know, try and make sure that you cover all the bases and stay true to yourself and your values and your integrity. And I feel that there is some new adventure and new beginnings opening up for you of how you earn your income and how you utilize your income. Yeah, so good energies supporting you there through November, Pisces. Third house is showing me that you're holding back a little bit. I'm feeling, Pisces, that you know, you want to speak up and you want to speak your truth. You want to communicate your views and your and give people the benefit of your experience. But I'm being shown here, just hold back. You know, sometimes being a listener is the strongest influence you can have. Yeah, and it's a case of, if you're trying to put you know, an old head on new shoulders, sometimes they don't need to be told what to do. Sometimes they just need to be able to turn to you and tell you what's happening without being scolded or judged, so to speak. So that's the kind of energy that's around for your communication skills at this stage. I also am feeling that travelling, short distance travel, I feel is delayed a little bit, but through November we have the last part of the Venus retrograde up until the 16th of November when it turns direct again. It went retrograde on the 5th of October at 10:45 degrees of Scorpio. So things have felt a bit intense, possibly even a bit urgent through this beginning part of November. Now patience is required, but come November the 16th, Venus then will go direct in the sign of Libra at 25.14 degrees of Libra, and this will get the motion moving again. So if there's any delays with any travel plans, or you can't see your way clear at the early stages of November of how you're going to do that or when is the best time, just be patient, because from the 16th November onwards there's movement and things start to unfold a bit more easily than what they have from at the beginning of November. Now, fourth house is showing me here that end of worries. So if there's been anything to do with your home or your foundation base of your life, which is represented in the chart, in the astrology chart, as the IC. It's the foot of the zodiac wheel. It's also known as the nadir of fortune. So there's been some things I'm being shown here that you have been worrying about, probably through October, through a lot of the Venus retrograde, because being in Scorpio it's been rather intense. And I do feel that it has upset the apple cart for a lot of people, but I'm being shown here the worries are lifting, and the Nine of Swords reversed is the end of worries. Now, fifth house, house of hobbies, recreation, matters of the heart, young children, a lot of activity going on there. A bit of social butterfly, Pisces, which is very nice for you. Pisces enjoy that social interaction when they're in the mood. If they're not in the mood, then they don't really want to go outside and do anything or have to be bothered with anybody. But when Pisces is in the mood for it, they can be quite a power pack, fun people. You know, everybody loves a Pisces, basically. So you may have, you know, I'll be able to spend 2 hours over visiting that person, and then I've got to leave because I've got another hour catching up with that person, and a whole weekend basically can go by where, you know, you come home on Sunday and you just collapse because you've really got out there and seen everybody you can. So through November, if you've been feeling like you've been hibernating, or you've been working too much and you haven't had that life-work balance, you're really going to be putting it into action to try and get some of that life-work balance. Yes, you certainly will be, because you've got the victory card there in your work house. So whatever it is that you wanted to put in place through November, you will be able to put that in place and feel that, you know, your accomplishments are being recognised and acknowledged, which also will give you a little bit of respite from having to constantly meet the deadlines. So I do feel that that second part of November is a little bit more restful for you than what the first part has been. Now, 7th house is showing me here that business partnerships are building and opportunities opening up there for you if you're looking, you want to look into that sort of thing. New skills, so upskilling, and also using your honed skills. Any contracts that you, or paperwork that you might have to look at, you will get sorted out and you know, either end unnecessary contracts or begin and proceed with new ones. But partnerships are taking a fair bit of your energy, but in a very positive way. I mean, we always have to keep working on our partnerships and our relationships, but sometimes it can be hard work, and then other times it's a joy to be working on them. So, you know, you really are being shown here that there's a positive energy with partnership areas for you. 8th house is showing me here that there's messages. There's messages coming for you from others that are very favourable. The Page of Pentacles before the days of technology, it was always viewed by me as there's a check in the mail. So these days we don't tend to get many checks in the mail, but it's still a relevant saying for me. So yeah, so there's some sort of good fortune in this, in the guise of a message that others are sending out to you. 9th house is showing here that your goals are set. I feel you are looking at the long-term future with your goals, so a 5-year plan or a 7-year plan isn't a bad idea to put into place, Pisces. And that could also be to do with a trip, and you're happy to use any way you can to get away from your normal routine, basically. So whether that be reading a good book or watching your favourite movie, you will be able to have some time to do some of those things that maybe, you know, maybe you haven't done anything like that in a really long time. And there's nothing better than curling up with a good book or laying out in the nice lovely sun if you're in the southern hemisphere reading a good book, especially this time of year when the sun's not too hot and you don't get burnt or frizzle. So yeah, whereas if you're in the northern hemisphere, you may, you know, need to get a bit of a stockpile because, you know, winter's going to be setting in soon. So you might be looking at, you know, making sure that you've got the activities to keep yourself entertained while you know, batten down the hatches and get through the colder months. So, yeah, the 9th house is showing, you know, you're even really putting out there into the universe that, you know, your desires for whether it's travelling or going to distant lands, you're putting it out there for it to manifest for you, Pisces. 10th house is showing me that career-wise there is a strong authority figure overseeing much of what is going on in your career. I feel that this male energy is a fair person, and I feel that you are able to really correspond well with that person, and it's shining a positive light on the career area of your house, which is your midheaven, which is the zenith of the zodiac wheel, and it governs how you operate in the outside world and how you deal with the outside world. So you're also going to be using that masculine authoritative energy to put yourself in the right position for where you want to be in your career or working life. 11th house, hopes and wishes, friendships and friendships groups. So our soul groups are connected to the 11th house as well. So that is looking very positive. If you're if you find that you're a bit strapped for cash through November because you're getting everything organised and getting things all in place so that you can start aiming for your goals and have a bit more fun socially, I'm feeling people will prop you up a little bit, and there's generosity and kindness and abundance being shown here with that 3 of Pentacles in the 11th house. So, and it also shows me that your hopes and wishes, which the 11th house represent, are manifesting and getting you more in tune with how to create those wishes being fulfilled. It's not something necessarily that happens outside you, it's something that we do within ourselves. So manifesting more generosity and kindness coming to you and being given from you. And nobody gives as much kindness as what a Pisces is capable of giving, really. Now, 12th house is under wonderful energies there with the sun showing up in the 12th house. That's letting me know that you are on track with how to make things happen, how to get a bit of magic happening in your life. And your thoughts are really tuned into that. Your feelings are in balance with your thoughts. So you can manifest some of your goals and dreams and your hopes and wishes, as well as your ability to be adventurous and take on new paths easier and quicker than what you thought. And a lot of the foundations will be put down to do that, and you'll stop worrying so much and just get to it through November. And after November the 16th, I feel is the strongest energies moving you forward. So if there's a bit of delay in the early part of November, never fear. Don't let the worry and the fear override the knowing, because Venus has been retrograde since the 5th of October, and it doesn't go direct again until the 16th of November 2018, and has been retrograde since the 5th of October 2018. So that early part of November, patience is required. You will find that you have got some wonderful insight into things. Trust that. Write it down if you need to, so that you can remind yourself when you're getting a bit frustrated and impatient and worrying a little bit too much. You want to see yourself in the next weeks and months. Now I will do a animal message reading for Pisces for 2018 November. What messages does animal medicine have for Pisceans for November 2018? We have a wonderful card. We have the eagle. Soar like an eagle, Pisces. Now, eagle medicine wants you to avoid being remote. Get closer to matters needing grassroots attention. You will miss so much if you glide along like an eagle, high above in lonely isolation, often retreating to a distant mountain nest. Get down amongst the action instead of dialing it in from a distance. Be more personal. Well, as I said, Pisces, there's plenty of action here in your 5th house of hobbies and recreation and, you know, being a bit of a social butterfly. So, I do feel that you may soar along, choosing carefully which area you need to go to so you don't spread yourself too thin. But I do feel that you will be getting down with the action. As I said, try and balance your work situation out. Look after your health. It is showing up as being in pretty good shape. Nothing too much going on health-wise that you don't already know about, and and if you have got some health issues, then you are managing them very well. So thank you, Pisces, for watching, and thank you for subscribing. If you like this video, please click like, leave a comment. I'm always interested to know your thoughts, and I will speak again with you in December, Pisces. Blessings. Namaste.